Today's episode of the Game Link, we're going to give you guys all a better explanation of what the show's about with me, Angel Rose Sanchez, and Dennis Strangina. And then next, we're going to be going into the gaming gear and goods with Dennis Strangina. Then we're going to head into the top countdown list. We're going to go into the comedy sketch about how gamers be like. Finally, we're going to go into the gamers lounge. Alright guys, enjoy the show. Hey, how's it going guys? It's your bros Angel and Dennis here. It's the second episode of the Game Link Show, and today we're going to explain to you guys the other role that the Game Link Show plays. Now, we didn't get to fully explain it in the first episode, but today's episode we're definitely going to explain that a whole lot better. So Dennis, there's still a lot of nonsense a lot of people say about video games out there.
Trolls will be out there till games and just anything in general exists.
Troll-lo-lo-lo-lo. People just
Troll-lo.
love doing that so much, and it just... And you know what I did for us exactly?
What did you
We
do?
caught some trolls right in the act, and I thought it'd be why not better than to just explain a little funny things people have still said about video games out there in that big world of the internet. And let me go and get our little papers. All right, so we got another one of those guilty guys commenting out there. So we got at Dan the man with the plan says, how come I still see people playing PS2 or GameCube games when they don't got Super HD graphics like PS4 or Xbox One? Well, Dan the man, the plan, Super HD graphics don't exactly make a video game. And I mean, a video game wouldn't just win an Oscar just for having the greatest graphics. There's no one that won greatest graphics in the world. All right, so you know, just like movies can have guns and explosions, and music can have the hottest beat and all. But a movie really is nothing if it doesn't have that story to back it up, and the music as well with the lyrics. So a video game cannot just rely just on Super HD graphics, man.
Now this one still amazes me, guys. The French Toast French Fry commented on a YouTube video saying, how come people brag about how the PS4 is better when the Xbox One is doing better in sales? Alright guys, we're going to take it from the basics. You cannot judge a system by marketing standpoint. What do I mean by that? If one system is doing better than the other in sales, does not mean that it's better. You should judge every system, every game by your personal perspective, or you have to try each and every one by yourself.
All right, so we got another guy over here. His name is Handsome Hank. Call of Duty is the world's greatest video game ever. Just give up on any other video game companies. You'll never be better than COD. Listen here, Handsome Hank. It takes a whole lot more variety than just playing one series and to then just say this is the best series ever. So I know everyone out there has a favorite series, but it's one thing is to just brag if you've only played that series.
All right, for the last crazy comment, we have SwagFan67 saying, girl gamers are so fake. Girls should just leave the gaming up to their bros. I don't know how to approach this comment without sounding ignorant to this man that has commented it. But girl gamers should be welcome to game. I see no point of judging someone by their gender if they should play a game or not. I've had very few girl gaming friends, which I wish I had kind of more, but there are girl gamers out there that are giving the hands to the guys. You have, for example, Optic Midnight. She is a clan member of Optic Gaming, and they have a whole other branch of all girls gamers. They are, you know, doing it right. They're playing just like us. I mean, I'm not trying to say just like us as in gaming is a male-dominant hobby. I don't really support that at all, but I just don't see how you could judge someone by gender if they should play a game or not. There should be no ground rules for that whatsoever.
All right, so besides reading those funny comments that people have written on the internet, the Game Link Show is not about just only exposing the dumb things that have really been said about video games, But let's all put in a whole list right now of all these negative things people have said. For one, video games will rot your brain.
Number 2, video games cause violence.
Just because the video game doesn't look good and it has a bad review doesn't mean that I should buy it.
Number 4, if a game is M-rated, should I still get it for my underage child?
And as we all seen and we've heard of these things so many times over the internet, and we've proven them not true. It's regardless of experience, and they're all negative. So what you guys need to do is just stop bringing these topics up.
That's right. All you see in front of us here
Disappears. And I really can't stand those things anymore.
Me either, Angel Man. Me either. All these trolls out there, they will never stop trolling. It's going to be one tough battle to fight. They're always going to be there. You just got to learn to ignore and learn to, have some trusty resources about.
Maybe they should start putting a no trolls allowed for video game
Not
online.
going to work. Not going to work.
Whatever. Guess we'll deal with trolls till the day we die.
Here we're going to be talking about gaming gear. As we all know, part of the industry of gaming are the controllers that you're actually using to play with. We got different brands out there. We got Scuff Gaming controllers that produces gaming equipment, slash controllers, with these new paddles on the back that are programmable to be A, B, or they are factory set to A or B, or you can get the 4-shift paddles on the back. So what I'm talking about on the back of the controller would be 2 paddles coming up, and those 2 paddles would be your A and B button, so you don't have to click on the actual buttons right up here. As I past experience with controllers, you do have wear and tear on them. You're up here, sitting here gaming, pushing them all on the D-pads, on the analog sticks, and they do tend to lock up on you after a while, and it kind of gets annoying when you're trying to let go of the analog stick and your guys moving forward. I'm a major Call of Duty gamer, so that tends to happen. There are mods out there which most people tend to hate on due to the fact that they are cheaper and they are trigger fingering for you. In the Call of Duty gaming world, we have single fire guns that people love for some reason to mod and make them quicker, as semi-automatic guns tend to be more powerful due to the fact that you have to sit there and click on them individually. For example, the FAL for Modern Warfare 2 was a crazy gun that was modded almost 100% of the time. As Call of Duty went forward, they kind of switched out of single fire. They added the whole select fire gun or the 3-round burst option to a gun, so it would minus out that trigger finger for the people out there, for the modding out there. So people were switching over to, select fire and all that. Yes, it tends to be slow sometimes, and that's where controllers come into play again. You have modded controllers out there like Vikings and all that, which aren't necessarily allowed in the gaming. It's called tampering, and that would just, you could get reported for it, you could get banned for it, so I don't recommend you modding controllers. So they're not this whole circular motion like this. They tend to look like the buttons more down here, however. But you got to feel the right controller in your hand. Obviously, colors and all that, afterglow and all that tends to look cooler. But honestly, while you're gaming, you want to feel comfortable with the controller. They do have stick adapters where you can make your sticks bigger. There's many controllers out there nowadays. There's new controllers like Scuff Gaming I really support. Now we're going to switch the talk over to some more gaming gear, which are the headsets that have become a big part in multiplayer gaming. We range from shooting games like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Killzone, and all that good stuff, Halo even. Gaming headsets have become a big part when you're gaming with your crew slash group slash clan, whatever you want to call it. I feel that headsets have become a major part where you're trying to listen, and it really does bring the game to your ears. You really feel surrounded, and you really feel more into it. I feel like headsets really do help for the people that are out there still playing with the regular headsets. Yes, some people may say that they have no real benefit to them, but I feel like as if you're really taking the game seriously and you really want to get into it, gaming headsets are a way to go just for the fact that it brings it closer to you. Every single wind every single little speck of sound you hear through the headsets more clearer. You got headsets ranging from many companies. You got Turtle Beach, you got Astros, you got Triton's, another very common headset, and then you got SteelSeries and so on. There's some that are wireless transmitted. There's some that you just plug into the back of your TV, which I find more helpful, in just for the simple reason that you'd be burning batteries straight up with the wireless headsets, and I don't feel as if that's really necessary at times, because you already have the controller sometimes blowing batteries if your battery pack has lost its capacity. Hit us up through social media via Twitter, and tell me what you guys think about the Gunner Shades, if you guys did have first hands-on view with them. But other than that, this wraps up today's gaming gear.
Hadouken! Alright guys, welcome back. It's time for the top countdown list. Alright Dennis, what do you think it should be for?
It's going to be the games that we are looking forward to in 2014. Starting off here, we're going to be talking about Halo for Xbox One. It is not called Halo 5, guys. Not Halo 5 this time. It is a Halo for Xbox One. There is no set release date for this game. However, Vice President of Microsoft, Phil Spencer, has released information via Twitter to a fan that 343 Industries will be making a grand announcement this coming E3 Expo in LA.
Dang, I can't wait for another Halo. I mean, I loved Halo 3. I can't get enough of Halo 2. You know, some people might not be glad Halo's still going on, but I certainly am. So I definitely can't wait to be playing Halo Xbox One. Dennis.
Me too, Angel. Me too,
Yeah.
Angel. And moving on to the next game, we're going to be talking about Watch Dogs. This game has been set to release many times before in the past. However, it was cut back / withdrawal from releasing due to the fact that Call of Duty did release, GTA 5 did release, and the Xbox One and the PS4 console has released. They figured there'd be no money for their game. Why release it then when all these major releases are coming out? Watch Dogs is coming out June 5th of this year. Looking forward to that, definitely. It's based in Chicago, where technology is starting to take over the world, and you're basically trying to use technology to your advantage to get your point out there, to get your company and logo out there, to get your mindset right, and everything that you fought for is going to be through technology. You're going to be using hacks and various hacks. Thank you, Angel. Hacks and various tricks with this technology. You're going to be linked to the whole system in Chicago, and it's just going to be one fulfilling game to play. I'm looking forward, definitely. I've seen trailers, there's many out there, and I think it's just going to be great, Angel. What do you expect?
I mean, that game definitely looks amazing, and especially when it's made by Ubisoft, those guys that put out Assassin's Creed. I mean, Watch Dogs, it looks like something really amazing out there, something we've been waiting for.
So the next game that we're going to be talking about is Destiny. This game is brought to you by the creators
Destiny!
That works too. This game is going to be brought to you by the creators of Call of Duty and Halo. We have Activision and Bungie collaborating on this game. I don't see where you can go wrong with that. What about you, Angel?
I mean, Activision, they've been putting out Call of Duty. Meanwhile, Bungie, they've been doing their thing. I know they recently, it was last year, wasn't it, with Halo 4?
Yes.
And now we also got Halo Xbox One, but Destiny also looks promising. I mean, I've seen trailers of it too. Those guys with the jetpacks going around shooting each other.
Exactly.
Looks like something that we've been waiting for as well.
I'm going to tell you a little about the game. The game is set where human development has started to take over into other solar systems, and something has set them back a few steps, so they come back to Mother Earth where they originally left everything behind. Come to find out, some other creatures have taken over what they have left behind. You are the ruler / leader of this one last city that remains inside of Mother Earth. You are here to bring them victory and take back what you guys once left behind and once possessed. You are to walk outside these walls where a vast majority of wasteland exists, and where you are simply out to your own to bring back Destiny.
And my personal favorite that I'm waiting for is definitely Super Smash Bros. 4. Now, I know Super Smash Bros. 4, or Wii U and 3DS, or whatever name it's going by for. I hope Nintendo actually puts out a real name out there. But for Super Smash Bros. 4 is what I like to call it. So we got special guest Mega Man. When last game we had Solid Snake and Sonic. And we also have 4 more newcomers, and there's definitely going to be more newcomers to be shown after. So there's the Villager, there's Wii Fit Trainer, Little Mac, and Rosalina. And I'm definitely looking forward to hearing who else is going to be in Super Smash Bros. As it's like the, you know, the WWE of like Nintendo. Like you want a Royal Rumble with everyone who's like, who wasn't Nintendo, who's got something. Masahiro Sakurai, this is a shout out to you. I love Super Smash Bros. So, and this one really, he just announced that there won't be any concept DLC. And there's a lot of high potential for DLC in this, but I guess he doesn't want to go that route. There's also the story mode, which was taken out. It could go 50 and 50 really for that, but we can keep on worrying more that there's actually a Super Smash Bros. 4. The other thing he had announced was the old concept of old stages returning, and won't be happening in this one either. I mean, everyone wants their favorite Super Smash Bros. Character to go and fight with someone else from another game, but you guys gotta get real. I don't see Goku from Dragon Ball Z gonna go and fight Mario. Exactly. I mean, everyone has that dream, but I think it's better off just on DeviantArt.com or fan art.
Yeah. I mean, Smash Bros, Super Smash Bros rather, I see no going wrong in this game. It's always been out there, successful. It's always been one of the best Nintendo games to play. If you ever had a Nintendo GameCube back in the day and you didn't have Smash Bros, you were just...
You're missing out.
Yeah, plain old missing out.
You haven't played Smash Bros now, I'm sorry to say, you missed out.
To have that Smash Bros game inside of your collection, if you are a Nintendo fiend, should we call you guys? No, I'm just kidding. But yes, if you are a Nintendo gamer, you definitely have to have Super Smash Bros. Inside of your gaming collection, anywhere you could put it. It's one of the best games out there for Nintendo that they always bring back. GameCube, I just thought GameCube really killed it and set it off.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, right now what we really need is a library on that Wii U. Yup. All right, guys, you guys take care and look back for the next segment. Troll.
Gamer fact. When you watch the same Star Wars movie 20 times, listen to that same song by Drake, texting that only person who replies to your photos you upload on Facebook, and going to that same gym to work out all the time, it gets just as old and boring, just like playing the same video game over and over again. So think about it next time you tell a gamer why you complain about not having anything to play.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Angel Arroyo Sanchez. It's time for the Gamers Lounge. So today's subject is something that actually had happened a few weeks ago. So if you see right here with us, so right over here you see our good friend Konami. So with Konami, right over here, Konami actually has just lost one of their famous producers, Koji Igarashi. So Koji Igarashi actually left as he was inspired by Keiji Inafune, the creator of Mega Man, from his Kickstarter option, and then pretty much looking forward to creating a smaller company with his talents that he's had with the Castlevania franchise over the years. So one of the weirdest things really is, you know, the future Castlevania, when you think about it, is if this guy has such a big head and one of the biggest kind of brainstorm guys over there with the Castlevania franchise, it makes you wonder what's going to happen next to that franchise. Same with kind of when everybody thought the creator Mega Man just left his creation there at Capcom. What is the series going to be like after he's gone? Is it going to be different? But the weird thing was how Capcom's reaction with that happening was Mega Man, he fell down. And then it makes you wonder, could the same happen to Castlevania as well? So let's get back to over here, one of the other guests we got here. We got Capcom, good guy Capcom. I bet a bunch of you guys got a lot of nice things to say about these guys. With Capcom here, as you see in my hands, so Capcom hasn't really been the greatest company ever since, well, the downfall with Mega Man and all. But one of the other funny things with their studio has to be that since Mega Man isn't the only franchise that has fallen without their creators. So one of the other things is Devil May Cry, one of the other biggest franchises from Capcom. The creator themselves had actually left the company too. Now that was actually after the part 3 before they went on to make part 4 all on their own as well. So it seems to be weird that these guys, they're leaving, and then the companies, they hold their franchises thinking, oh, okay, this shouldn't be that hard. It was just simple. That was their game. That was their idea. Let's try and do it on our own. Oh, we cannot do it on our own. Oh, well, let's just try something else, like let's go in a direction the series shouldn't be, or let's just drop the idea in general. So Capcom had actually, so they had Clover Studios as well. Now for those that don't remember Clover Studios were, they were those guys that brought up Okami, they had Beautiful Joe, God Hand, and then all of a sudden all your favorite games right there, they just up and left. And why? Because Capcom decided, we're going to close you guys. And then it ended up being one of their worst decisions, as now Capcom is really having a tough time being keeping their most famous franchise, with a lot of people being even interested in them, really. I mean, no one wants to see another Street Fighter 4 Part 7. You know, everyone wants a Street Fighter 5. Then there's Resident Evil. Resident Evil 6 was a mess. You know, everyone's waiting for that next Resident Evil to be the Resident Evil. And then any other franchises like Devil May Cry, you guys already seen what has happened to that. Then you're just wondering, like, man, what's going on over there? And it seems, is this kind of like what happens when a famous creator leaves the actual company and then the series just goes? So let's move on to the other company over here, P-Star or Platinum Studios, whichever way you want to call them. They were actually Clover Studios, the once proud company of Capcom, and that later was closed down due to, well, Capcom basically thinking they were better off without Clover Studios. So the other funny thing with P-Star or Platinum Studios really is the amount of games they went on to create. So P-Star, Platinum Studios, it's funny when they were the ones kind of the cheese of Capcom, and then now they went on to make Metal Gear Rising, Bayonetta, then Wonderful 101, and where's Capcom still? They're wondering, what should we do with our famous franchises? We have no idea. Sadly, Platinum Studios, they want to get back their Okami, and their beautiful Joe and God Hand, but Capcom still has the rights to that. So maybe someday we'll see those guys bring those guys back up again. But it's funny when you see a lot of references to their old games, like, oh, this was what we used to make, and well, thanks to the big guys there, we went on to be the other big guys, and now we're doing better than those guys. It's just like, whoa. You think about it this way, this is kind of like the tree. Koji Igarashi, he leaves Konami. Maybe Konami's the bad guy. Maybe he just lost interest with them. And then we go to Mega Man creator Keiji Inafune, leaves Capcom to then go do bigger things. Then he actually creates another Mega Man through his Kickstarter option, which is Mighty Number 9. And then after that, then we also have Clover Studio shut down from the big guys who think the small guys aren't worth it. Then the small guys right here, they go on to create their own company. Small guys get on top. The big guys aren't so big anymore. And then the small guys are like, well, hate to say it, but you should never have told us to leave. So what if your favorite franchise, well, the creator of it just up and leaves, and then those guys over there that still have that franchise under their name, all their rights and all, then it's just like, it just falls down. And your favorite company just like, wow, we don't like that game anymore. We're just gonna put it down, which is what happened with EA and Dead Space. They just lost the direction, the focus of Dead Space. Then Dead Space 3, it's like, whoa, what is this? And then EA's like, oh, we don't know what to do with this series, it's gone. Could your favorite company be the next one? I mean, look at Assassin's Creed, there's a new game every year. Then it's kind of losing like what exactly can be new with it. I'm an all-around guy. But the way I see it is, how come a franchise that, you know, kind of gets a repeated cycle and all, it's just people kind of don't see, like, maybe it's losing its magic. Like if you see a part 7 of the same movie franchise, you know, you just gotta see, like, could that creator have left it too? You know, that's how things work, really, is if a creator, the original guy who put all that content then leaves, then it's really hard for someone to keep like that kind of magic going on. The big guys aren't exactly the hottest when without their creators. Creator is the magic. The big company just keeps them up. If the big company thinks they can do good without them, if they have that same magic, the magic falls, and whoa, there it goes. Just flies away, and it just fades into the long bench, just waiting for its other shot at pride again. So guys, that's today for the Gamers Lounge. I hope you guys look up more into that, really, because maybe your franchise could be next. There, he's definitely looking at Super Smash Brothers 4. He definitely thinks he can take on me, but I'm gonna...
Rip your face off!
No, you never will. I'm gonna take you down, all right? Special guests.
You got this, bruh?
All right.
Y'all ready for this?
Dun 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 dun.
Y'all ready for this?
Dun.
Alright. Stop.
All right, so besides on the...
Take 2.
You know, you're just gonna say video games cause violence, and you know, you just shrug your head, like, and then you know, video games will rot your brain. Number 1.
Dot dot dot.